Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Start Another Franchise Before We Finish the Rest of the ones we've started, also known as the Nova Project. I'm your host, as ever, Purple Midnight 8, joined once more by my wife, the Obsidian Nook slash Petal ASMR, better known as a name I shall not say, otherwise she will kill me. Why don't you say hello?
Hello. Morgan's not.
Morgan's not here for this one again. Yeah, and like another full year or however it was between Bullet Train and fuck, it must have been Hot Fuzz. I think was the last one me and him did. Anyway, it's just the two of us today, bringing back the film that gives starting the franchise that makes people terrified of things that they realistically shouldn't be terrified of. Other than the plane exploding out the sky in this one, which is fair enough. You probably should be terrified of that if that happens. We are starting, of course, Final Destination, the films where how realistic you think the deaths can actually happen. That wasn't even really English. Basically, how creative can literally nothing kill people. We're starting Final Destination, of course. But we have to start where it all began, way back in time period, the 90s, I want to say. I don't know, I haven't done my research yet, I haven't looked up the year. Something like that. We are... this is Amelia's choice.
Actually, it wasn't.
It's not picking up.
It was down to the picker app.
The picker, we have a little app, we may have mentioned it before, where if we can't decide, it decides for us. It's between this and a couple of other things that we will probably end up doing down the line anyway. But for now, it picked, of course, Final Destination. The Devon Sawa starring original, who, weirdly, we have just seen when we watched Chucky multiple times. Way back when, it was a few months ago. 2000 this film was, sorry, I thought it was the 90s. It's a very 90s film. But yeah, obviously, if you're not familiar, if you've never heard of this, also the sequel's coming out this year. We are very excited. The teaser trailer is up. You know someone from it from the 100.
Murphy.
I can't remember his actual name. Richard something, I think. But yeah, so forgive me. So yeah, the sequel's coming out this year. What a good time. We have the original 4 on DVD. We haven't got the 5th one for whatever reason. So yeah, we've got 2, 3, The Final Destination, and then not 5, or obviously Bloodlines. Bloodlines we will cover pretty much on the day. Well, not on the day, that would be a bit much. I'd be surprised if I could get the exact release day, but...
Well, we don't even have a date.
No, we know it's coming this year, but we thought we would start the series like we do.
I mean, pretty much
as soon as we can. It's not going to be a matter of, oh, we missed it in the cinema. This is something that we've been wanting to write for a while. Write for a while? Watch for a while.
I can't wait to have a whole new fear fit into me.
Yeah. I mean, it's already now like nose piercings and tattoos. This one's planes. For someone who's never flown on a plane before, how do you feel, babe?
Definitely never leaving the country. Definitely never going on a plane.
Never having a clothesline in the shower. Never standing near train tracks. Never going to France. No, who would want to go to France anyway? But never going to France.
Not standing under signs.
Just don't go outside, you know. You don't go outside on the best of days.
In a car.
Cars are just awful. But yeah, so I didn't even finish familiarizer.
Really was not that quick, but it
Wasn't as
the thought behind it and how much they concentrate on the item.
Yeah, there's a lot of build up to these kills. There's lots of Either in your face foreshadowing, like literally seeing the reflection of something that doesn't exist.
Because you're into all your blood, guts, and all that, and I'm not so much. I tolerate it a little bit.
Depends what it is, I think. Saw and Hostel, I think, is definitely off the tables. We've said this before. But yeah, this one, considering some of the graphic shit that's in the sequels, like, this one's fairly tame, you know? It's not actually that bloody. There's graphic deaths, but most of it's off screen if you think about it. Like, what was her name? Terry getting hit by the bus. That happens. They get splattered with a little bit of blood, but other than that, not really. So yeah, if you're not familiar, it's obviously the main character has his premonition. He basically sees into the future of how all these people are going to die, or she. There is a female protagonist and one of them, I think. They then avoid these people from dying, but it happens anyway, and then Death needs to finish his list. His design, I think they said.
Oh, and what was it? Tony Todd?
Oh, and Tony Todd, God rest his soul. I said God rest his soul, I mean, rest in peace.
Work out who he is.
We need to sort of discuss Tony Todd's character of William Bloodsworth. I mean, he's coming back in Bloodlines, where they're going to give a bit more backstory to him. But obviously, now that Tony Todd has passed, this will be all we have of him. But he's William Bloodworth in 1 and 2, and then he's in 5 and Bloodlines. But he does other stuff in 3 and 4, I think. He's the only actor to appear in every film. But we'll cover that. But yeah, so this one obviously is the plain one. Probably our biggest amount of deaths in a film we've covered. For our first, we finally have a record. We have a confirmed 237 people who died on the plane, which is holy shit. No survivors, as far as we know, which is pretty mad. So, yeah, that's one thing. As we mentioned, the deaths are good, ranging in varying quality. From, yeah, I can see that happening, to what the fuck, how convenient. I mean, slipping and then wrapping the clothing wire around his neck. I mean, I can kind of see that happening, not so much anymore, because who hangs their fucking laundry up in their bathroom on one of those things now? But obviously, Death controls the flow of water, and then literally fucking, like, makes him slip and then hang himself, essentially. But a lot of people die in these films, in this film in particular, but nobody really seems to give a shit. Like, Devon Sawa's character, Alex Browning, who we have to talk about when we cover the second one, because there's some bullshittery at play. His best friend dies by seemingly hanging himself, and he doesn't seem too affected by it. And then they're all like, oh my god, we're all dying in a pattern, and then they start dying and nobody, like, realistically starts to panic. It's a bit weird. Also, Carter, if you couldn't tell by all the dialogue, I think Carter might be a dick. According to, I can't remember his name. Billy in this film. What's his fucking name? Bear with me 2 seconds. I've got to remember his name. Sean William Scott, that's it. Half of his dialogue is just calling Carter a dick and having a mental breakdown. But yeah, this is probably the most realistic-ish of the franchise, where you can sort of be like, yeah, that makes sense that this thing could actually happen to someone. The FBI subplot was a bit weird, where they just are always suspicious of Alex, despite him clearly having nothing to do with it. And then it never has any real payoff either, it just sort of happens.
And even though it's in this film, like, loads and loads of times, pointed out that on the tag it said Final Destination. And
yeah, there's a song that plays that's has the line with Final Destination, and the tag on his luggage case says Final Destination, which I've never fucking realised. Because it's just like, how did we not realise that that's where it got its name from, is the plane where it was going? I have no idea. I genuinely just have no idea, but... So... I can't remember what I said, what I was on about before you interrupted. Yeah, the FBI subplot sort of goes nowhere. They show up every now and then and go, we don't trust you, Alex. And then it's just like, okay, but you're free to go. And then they just sort of show up every now and then. And then they basically trust him at the end of the film. It's strange, you know. But yeah, there's some elaborate deaths. I mean, it's gonna get more elaborate the more we get into this series when the budget increases and when we start getting the CGI gore and stuff. It's gonna get pretty fucking mad. But yeah, so the acting is fine, I guess. It's not anything special to write home about. I mean, Devon Sawa is just Devon Sawa, just getting angry. Everyone else is fine. Everyone else is also just angry. It's one of these films where you don't care about the plot or the characters. You are just here to watch people die in elaborate ways. And we'll go on to deaths. There's not a lot to talk about with these films, unfortunately. It's just, how can we escape death? Oh, if we save someone from dying, that person gets skipped.
They're trying to cheat.
It's basically, can you cheat death? No.
But also, there was the ridiculous part where, like, when the characters were being killed, like, or there was, like, shadows.
Oh yeah, death having, like, an actual manifestation.
Death cleans up after itself because of the water.
He literally sucks the, like, toilet water that Todd slips on back up into the toilet, and it's like, this never happens again. Death is never a physical, like, manifestation anymore. But actually, before we get on to the deaths, Tony Todd as William Bloodsworth. Who the fuck is this guy? How does he know so much shit? How is he so shady? As I say, if I remember correctly, the main theory is that he's the ferryman that takes the dead over the river Styx. That, I think, is the idea. Obviously, we'll have to wait till Bloodlines, where they give a bit more for his character. But, still, he is a fucking creepy bloke who not everyone in the series meets, but he shows up several times. And he just sort of does some spooky monologue and then disappears. It's a big name to just be like, he's a morticianer that just spouts some exposition.
Oh, he knew the boy's name.
He knew Alex and everyone. He knew what was going on, and then he would give them really cryptic hints about death. Either he is a manifestation of the devil, or actually death. But I guess we won't find out until Bloodlines, where we'll just have to... Is it just called Bloodlines and his name's Bloodworth?
Called Bloodlines, but got no...
We have no idea what's happening, but we'll just have to wait till later this year.
We just had the trailer of where Murphy had... Well, I know.
Murphy is what his name will be. If he's in the film and he's not...
he had a nose piercing.
He got stuck to the ceiling fan and he burned alive. If he's in the film, I mean, they've just teaser trailered an entire death from this fucking movie, which is going to suck, because if they show most of the good shit in the trailers while you're watching the film. But yeah, speaking of kills, because of course we can't do it here, but I thought as a fun one, and mainly because I watched Dead Meat, we would have the best kills that are both in real life, quote unquote, and the vision that that happens / never happens. So I guess we could say, because we don't have much of a choice for this one, the plane. I mean, Alex getting incinerated in that quick shot, probably, if you want a specific. That's a bit fucked. But realistically, yeah, there's not a lot we can do in this one. And the best, well, we'll do the worst kill first. I think we can give that to Carter right at the end, where the sign swings down and it cuts to black and then it's credits. You don't even get a satisfying impact. And the best kill, oh, I want to give it to Billy. Getting half decapped by the metal with the train. It's very bloodless. There's not a lot of blood in this film, I forgot to mention. Even though this is like all about people dying. I don't know. What do you think? Who do you think best kill? Oh yeah, that was nasty actually, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was prolonged and nasty, yeah. Todd was yeah.
Being like...
Her being stabbed was a bit stupid.
And then like the knives falling. He tried to help her and then the chair just like pushed the knife in even more. Like that looked fucking...
It was nasty. But
I don't do well with it.
I still in that case it was either Billy or Todd for me, and you want to go with either Todd or...
The worst kill can go to...
Yeah.
Just like you said, that just cut.
The best kill go. That was just strangled. That did look nasty. They did a good job of that. But yeah, that's about it. Like we say, these reviews are going to be difficult to do. It's just going to be talking about how people are dying. Because each film is literally just, oh no, I saw something happening. How can we stop this from happening? And then, oh no, we can't stop it from happening. Now basically everyone's dead. But not this one. People survive this one. But they don't survive the series. But anyway, we'll cover those. Who knows when? We've still got to cover the rest of the Screams, the Halloweens, the Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. We've got a lot. There's a lot of shit we've got to cover at some point. But for now, this has been the Final Destination little review thing. I've been your host, as ever, Pup198, joined by the one and only, the Obsidian Nook / Petal ASMR, whose links you can find in the description down below, alongside all of ours. Oh god, I forget how fucking taxing this is on my voice. And we will see you in the next one.